You're watching Cable 2.
Hello everyone and welcome to Today with Dr. Beverly Emory. I'm Chris Runge. Thanks so much for being with us. We're only a few days into November at this point and we've already been really busy. We've got lots of big news, so let's get straight to it. Hello, Dr. Emory.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. We've got really historic news here at the school system. For the first time in the history of this school system, which is over 50 years, we have an all-female school board.
Yes, we do.
That's really, I mean, that really says something. It's there was a shift. It's more Democratic now than it is Republican. But this doesn't really have to do with party. This is really pretty historic.
I think so. We're excited about the change, and of course, you always get attached to board members. They put in so much time and effort, and while there's a small stipend, I would call it, that comes with it, most people give it back, and way more than give back than that. So, you know, for those that aren't returning, and we knew we were going to have substantial change because we didn't have as many people running for re-election. So we'll miss them, but we start in earnest trying to help our new folks get on board and get them prepared so that they can do the very best job possible. And I try to not to look at the board in partisan politics. I don't. You know, it's people who are coming to help us as a team and who represent our community, and so we look forward to welcoming this crew on in December.
And just so that you'll know, Dana Caudle-Jones, who's our board chair, Lyda Calvert-Hayes, Elizabeth Motzinger, and Lori Goins-Clark are the board members that are returning. They'll be joined by Andrea Bramer, Deanna Kaplan, Shay Woodbury, Barbara Burke, and Leah Crowley. And correct me if I'm wrong, but even if there hadn't been an election, first meeting in December, they would have voted again on the chair, or do they do
Yes, every year. So okay. the December meeting is an organizational meeting always, and so yes, that's an annual. So annually they elect officers, and then they also revisit committee assignments each year if they're going to make changes. That happens generally after the chair is elected. So the chair makes those appointments, and most chairs, you know, find out what people want to do.
Right.
But that's a very typical. All boards have, and you know, in some states it's a different month. Some places it's January, some places it's December, but in North Carolina it's December. There are places around the country, I think they do that in alignment with the school year. So their organizational meetings are like July, August.
Okay. It's the second Tuesday in December. I think that's December 11th. Don't quote me on that. But that's when that will take place. And
swearing in. So
right.
we will first swear in the new board members, and we really try to make that a special occasion for them and their families. And then we will have the organizational meeting, which precedes the regular board meeting in December.
And
usually there's only one.
Yes. Oh, there is.
In December,
great.
Because of the Christmas holiday usually falls.
Oh,
right
nice. Okay.
there,
Well,
so.
that's good news. And also, and we'll be saying goodbye to the other board members and Vic Johnson, who has been with us for so long, and you'll be seeing more about that later this month. So
yes, all those folks who, you know, Marilyn Parker, who's come back, longtime board member and filled a seat, which was we were greatly appreciative of. David Singletary, who's been with us for 4 years, and Robert Barr, all done a great job and really had their hearts in this work. So we want to be sure we recognize them appropriately.
Absolutely. And recently, something that the board did was to forgive 2 makeup days, not snow days, but hurricane days. We've still got 1 in place. What are the rules? People get so confused in social media now. Everybody has their own opinion and idea of what's right and wrong. We have to have a certain amount of hours every school year, right?
Right.
And we've got that, so we're able to forgive those days?
Well, this is a special legislative option that still falls within those hours. So yes, I mean, the state gives us the option of days or hours, and most people have gone to hours now because generally we have more hours as opposed to just living by the days, which is what we used to do. In this case, because of the unusual nature of weather issues so early in the year, the General Assembly took action to allow some waiver of the Florence days, the 12th and 13th, which are the ones we have waived. And there were certain conditions you had to meet to be able to do that, mostly ensuring that if you waive the days, that employees who are not necessarily classroom, but who are hourly are compensated. And the gift to us as a district is that if we had done that on our own and paid people, we would have had to do it with local funds, which is very expensive for us. But the state allowed whatever resource pays a person's salary to be used. So that was a gift in my mind that we're able to do that. Those only applied to the Florence days. They did not apply to the Michael days. And so we're going to use the makeup in January as the Michael day. And, you know, part of that's also not wanting to use up all of your buffer time before we even get to winter.
Yeah, not there yet.
Exactly.
Okay, and so forecast for snow maybe Monday morning, believe it or not, on Veterans Day.
Don't
But
say
we're off.
that.
We're off. We're off. We're good to go. We're off Veterans Day.
Well, let's have a few months without weather issues.
Wouldn't that be
It'll be
nice?
very nice.
Be real nice. We've recently formed a formula review committee, which
Yes.
meets about teacher supplements. That's been in the news really big lately. Any updates on those?
The committee has, the small group's been meeting since last February, but we added teacher representatives. We have a representative from the county. That's been very helpful. We've had 2 larger group meetings and really have looked at a lot of data. The last meeting, a lot of time spent looking at the formula and how the formula works with the county. One of the things I would most recommend is that we did send through our communication, our communications that go out to staff, a link. And so there's a place on our website where folks can go, and every document that we look at, every piece of data that we look at, the minutes are all posted up there, so any employee in the district can follow what the committee's doing.
That's
and
great.
We wanted to be sure, while we do have representatives from our teachers on that committee, that other people who might want to follow what the group is doing could do so. We were counting on some sales tax revenue, and the folks of our county spoke pretty clearly about that, and so we will certainly be going back to the drawing board on what our ask will be, but at this point we had hoped to use that as a source to help us improve the supplement, so we may actually be asking for help and support from our county to be able to do the things that we need to do there.
Great. Great. Well, we'll look for an update on that soon. And believe it or not, it's almost Thanksgiving. Big plans? Are you just going to rest, or?
I'm having everyone to my house on
Are you really?
Thanksgiving.
Good for you.
So,
So you're going to cook.
it's my mother's birthday falls on Thanksgiving, so we did not want Mom to be
That's great.
cooking or cleaning or preparing, and I live sort of in the middle of the state here, and my family's all over, so I will
that's
have
neat.
25, 26 people
Wow.
for the day.
You are cooking
That's
for
just
them.
family. That's
Man, that's
family and
incredible.
cousins, and I love it. It's a joy. So
That's
I'm looking
great.
forward to it.
Well, good. We'll have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right.
And to all of our viewers, we hope you have a great Thanksgiving. We're all very blessed and grateful to live and work and serve in this great county.
Very well said. And after Thanksgiving, we head toward the most wonderful time of the year, and you know what that means on cable too. When we come back, we'll tell you how we're going to celebrate. Stay with us.
Where's Tommy?
I thought he was with you.
No.
Jack.
Tommy? Don't stop. Keep playing. Here we go. Here's the fun part.
Did you do this?
Great job.
Encouragement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Wow. College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
For all those times you stood by me. For all the
And remember that
Seatbelt. Drive safe. Calling to get there.
for all the joy you brought to
I-
my life.
I love you.
For every dream you made come true. For all the love I found in you.
I love you too, Daddy.
You're the one who saw me through.
And thanks for everything.
My strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak.
Gratitude. Pass it on.
You loved me.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Baby, tell me, where'd you ever learn to fight without saying no word? Then waltz back into my life like it's all gonna be alright. Don't you know how much it hurts when we don't talk, when we don't touch, when it doesn't feel like we're even in love? It matters to me when I don't know what to say, don't know what to do, don't know if it really even matters to you. How can I make you see it matters to me? When I don't know what to say, don't know what to do, don't know if it really even matters to you. How can I make you see it matters to me?
As we discussed earlier, we've got to get through Thanksgiving, but then the holidays of December will be upon us, and we'll start to celebrate here at Cable 2 with the traditional music of the holidays that will begin the day before Thanksgiving. People always ask about that. And of course, the holiday card designs that are produced by students from all across the school system will be playing as well. In December, the holiday pageants, the musicals, and the festivals that are taped at schools will be sent to us, and we'll start showing those as well. So look for all of that to begin very soon right here on Cable 2. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next month here on Today.
Thank you for joining us on your school channel, Cable 2.